Stop scrolling right now, because what is unfolding around Arsenal is not just another football story. It is a carefully controlled narrative of power, patience, and long-term ambition that few clubs in Europe can currently match. Welcome to Royal Insights, where the bigger picture always matters. Arsenal fans have plenty to smile about, because while the January transfer window creeps toward its deadline and the noise around blockbuster signings continues to dominate headlines, Arsenal have quietly made a decision that could define the next decade of the club. 16-year-old Max Dowman has committed his long-term future to Arsenal, agreeing a pre-contract that will see him sign his first professional deal when he turns 17 in December. This move ends months of speculation and growing interest from top clubs across Europe and sends a powerful message that Arsenal are determined to protect their brightest talents. Dowman has already written his name into the club's history books as the second youngest player ever to feature for Arsenal's senior team, and inside the club there is a growing belief that they are nurturing something truly special. Mikel Arteta has not been subtle about his admiration. The Arsenal manager has openly stated that what Dowman has shown, both on the pitch and behind the scenes, is something he has rarely encountered in his career. He has highlighted the teenager's mentality, his calmness under pressure, and his ability to walk into big stadiums without being overwhelmed. That level of trust speaks volumes, especially coming from a coach who has worked alongside some of the very best players in world football. Although Dowman's progress has recently been slowed by an ankle injury that kept him sidelined for nearly 2 months, Arsenal have shown patience and maturity, choosing to protect the player rather than rush him back. The club's focus remains firmly on long-term development, with a carefully managed return planned once he is fully ready. While the future is being secured, the present tells a more restrained story in the transfer market. With only days remaining in January, there is little indication that a major signing will arrive. After investing heavily in the summer, Arsenal are not expected to be overly active unless an unmissable opportunity presents itself. Instead, the focus has shifted toward exits. Oleksandr Zinchenko is set to leave the club permanently, with Ajax closing in on a deal for the Ukrainian left-back. Reports indicate he is traveling to Amsterdam to complete his medical and finalize his contract, bringing an end to his Arsenal journey after playing an important role during the early stages of Arteta's rebuild. Another departure is also lined up, with young defender Maldini Kakari set to join Grimsby Town on an 18-month deal, a move Arsenal see as vital for his development through regular senior football. As the window winds down, speculation refuses to fade. Big names like Julian Alvarez continue to be linked, but internally the focus appears to be on strengthening in the summer rather than making rushed January decisions. Sporting director Andrea Berta is already laying foundations for future windows, with attacking and wide players high on the agenda. On the pitch, Arsenal remain firmly in control of their destiny. Despite a frustrating defeat to Manchester United, they still sit 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League and have the chance to extend that advantage when they face Leeds United. Arteta has confirmed that key defenders are expected to be fit, while Kai Havertz is building rhythm after delivering goals and assists. With rivals playing later in the weekend, Arsenal know the importance of seizing the moment. Beyond the immediate fixtures, transfer conversations behind closed doors reveal even bigger ambitions. Arsenal are actively monitoring Jamal Musiala's situation at Bayern Munich. Communication lines are open, and while Musiala recently signed a new contract running to 2030, that deal includes a release clause that decreases with each passing window. Bayern internally accept that a player of his influence and ambition may not stay forever, and Arsenal are now firmly part of that long-term conversation. Sitting top of both the Premier League and their Champions League group, Arteta's project is increasingly viewed across Europe as elite, stable, and attractive to world-class talent. Julian Alvarez remains another name high on Arsenal's radar, with reports suggesting Atletico Madrid could consider negotiations for the right offer. Arsenal see beyond his recent goal drought, focusing instead on his mentality, pressing intensity, and big-game pedigree. Even discussions around Martin Odegaard's future underline how far Arsenal have come. While there is no desire to lose their captain, interest from clubs like Bayern Munich and Inter Milan highlights Arsenal's growing stature and the reality that every player has a price in modern football. Despite the noise, the club remains calm and calculated. There is no panic, no reckless spending, just deliberate planning. Arsenal are competing now, but more importantly, they are positioning themselves to dominate in the future. Even loan decisions are paying off, with young talents impressing abroad and reinforcing belief in the club's development strategy. Arsenal lead the league, remain strong in Europe, and continue to explore elite options for the seasons ahead. And yet the emotional side of football still burns fiercely. Controversial decisions in recent matches, especially against Manchester United, have left fans frustrated and questioning consistency. Handball calls, missed reviews, and unexplained decisions have fueled anger, not because of defeat alone, but because of a growing sense of injustice. Despite this, Arsenal continue to fight, to score, and to push forward, refusing to hide behind excuses. So here is the real story. Arsenal are not just building a squad, they are building control, influence, and belief. The future is protected, the present is competitive, and the ambition is unmistakable. The question now is simple. Do you trust this long-term vision, or do you still crave one last dramatic January move? Drop your thoughts below, because this Arsenal story is far from finished, and Royal Insights will be right here as it continues to unfold.